My advice to the president and to the government is that he should continue to pursue the reforms he's pursuing, but he should do it with some form of caution. Because while he thinks this is a market driven, some are not okay. The FCPCC came up with a new a story recently that one blender that they saw in the US was selling for 140. By the time you calculate it to naira, it was about 140,000 naira by the blender. But when they went to shops, they were selling at 900 and something naira. So over 500% interest. So people buy something. The cost of this thing should be maybe, if by the time you import and you pay your tax, everything should be maybe, let's say 200,000. But people will just sit down and say we'll sell it 500,000. It doesn't matter. So sometimes we just have a system that we have rigged against the poor. So I will ask Mr. President that while he's doing his reforms, he needs to have his ears on the ground so that before the reform will finally reach the destination point, everybody that is supposed to enjoy will have died before we get there. So these are the challenges. Why reforms are good, there's a Yoruba adage again, because I'm a Yoruba man. He said, that it is good to the meat, you need to dry it and roast it and become. But before the meat we roast after a few days or weeks, what will we eat in the middle of that period? So we need to make sure that there are ways we succor people. And I'm not talking about sharing bags of rice, because I think Nigerians are tired of every problem share bag of rice. There should be very practical means of reaching the overburdened and average Nigerian. And what do I mean? I just gave an advice about how much is that amount? Is it 15 naira or how much they want to be removing from those? But we should stop some unnecessary taxation should be suspended now. I know they have started this story about 10% VAT. I know that the Minister of Finance said no, it's not. But that's how they start. And then they want to punish us. They first throw it out so that we will talk, then they will not do it. Please don't add to the VAT because people will just die. So we need to have human face. Yes, reforms are good, and I would never stop it. I'm an economist. I understand that reforms are always part of days and life of human beings. But while we are having reforms, let us have human empathy too. Because if you have good reforms and the people have died in the middle of your reform, then by the time you get to the end of the road, you'll be alone. The whole world is dead. So we need to have reforms with human face and empathy in our hearts. I pray that God will give our president and the leaders the wisdom to run this ship, and I hope sincerely that the governors are also listening, because like I said earlier on, the federal government is not alone in this. We have local system, we have the state system. All of them must work for Nigeria to work. We can't expect only one aspect of our system to work. All the three arms of government must work in terms of from the local government to the state government and now to the federal government.